Welcome to another episode of Something for the People. This is your boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
What's good, people?
Top notch. We got DJ.
What it do?
Top notch. And for your viewing pleasure, we have Sharrisse.
Hi, everybody.
Top notch. All right. Well, let's jump right into it. Right into it. Move it around. All right. For all of those shower singers or those who want to do sing-alongs when you're in the car, is it okay to sing your heart out to songs that make your spouse uncomfortable?
Can I get an example?
So, for example, an easy way, I was thinking about me and my wife were in the car the other day, and she was singing this one song, and I was like, oh, okay. And I changed it because I was like, okay. And she was like, oh, I really like that song. I'm like, oh, why? And she was like, I don't know, I just like it. I'm like, but what about this you actually like? Like, for example, if you hear your wife in the house just start singing Mary J. Blige, Not Gonna Cry, as a guy, you automatically are like, why the hell is she singing this song so hard? You know what? Ain't no good can come of this. I'm just gonna walk out. Okay, for example, have you heard the song Don't Want You Back by Iman?
Yes.
Yes, so if your boyfriend, husband, significant other just starts singing that, F what I said, it don't mean now, and just singing it hard, you gonna turn over to the...
Is that a red flag?
Why you singing so hard?
Was it on my playlist? Was it next on my playlist?
What
is he? Did he sing the song before that so hard?
But
maybe he's in a singing. Maybe he's in a singing mood.
He's just singing that song. He liked that song for some reason. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable.
But I like the song too.
Their song, okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I was with my spouse and they were singing a song that could be potential, where it's like a message to me, because that's what you're getting at, right? It's not like he wrote the song. I would probably just give him the side eye, like, you mad at me or something? But if we're in a good place where I know there's nothing wrong, I'm probably not going to trip on it.
So he plays that song, but yesterday I had an argument. Does that change the dynamic?
Because I'll just rebuttal with another song. We can go toe to toe. But
so I think that's messy.
That does change. What was the topic again?
That changed the dynamic, by the way, because you went and found a song to rebuttal with.
But if that's what we were doing. But personally, I probably wouldn't feel that much of a way about it.
As a dude right now, I don't trip about a lot of songs and things like that. But if I know my spouse doesn't normally just start singing her heart out to every song, but this one song, like Keisha Cole, I might as well have cheated.
I should have cheated.
It's like she's just singing it, the heartfelt, like
she has really good notes.
Wait.
We all know that.
Okay.
Keisha Cole let everybody. If you got just like an iota of a voice, you know what I'm saying, you could sing a Keisha Cole song and pull that off.
But what if that song came out when I was in high school? So what if she was reminiscing about when the song came out? Not saying she was in a relationship, but it was just one of her favorite songs that she listened to at that time. I listen to songs that are my favorite that have nothing to do with my personal life. And can be one of my favorite songs.
And that's what I'm saying. If it's an overall, you just sing your songs and you love singing, nobody trips about that.
If Little Boosie came on right now, I'm rapping the lyrics. None of his lyrics have anything to do with my life.
Who?
Boosie.
Oh, Boosie.
None of that has nothing to do with my life, but I'm probably going to be at the top of my lungs with it. So what if that song was just one of her favorite songs? And it's, you reminisce. Songs bring back memories from your past when you remember the first time you heard it.
That's like if right now you sit and your boyfriend, your significant other start singing Chris Brown, These Hoes Ain't Loyal. And he's just singing and you're like, hey, he don't sing no other song, but he's singing the hell out of this song right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I
think it would bother me the first time, but what if I play that song 2 weeks later and he does the exact same thing? It's just one of his favorite songs that now he thinks he's Chris Brown. No different than how old are you? When you thought you was Michael Jackson.
I never thought it was Mike.
I'm giving you an example. Back in the day, men used to want to be Mike. You wanted to be who you probably like. Maybe thinks Chris Brown is cool.
I mean, that's probably my dad, though.
Yeah.
I ain't never really just want to be Michael Jackson. I just respected Michael Jackson, and I liked his music.
Not his money.
Hey, I thought he was magic. I got on the shirt. Right?
See what I'm saying?
I respect
See
it.
what I'm saying?
You know,
I'm like, I ain't never get to a point where like, ooh, I want to have a curl.
Dance move.
But some
Like,
people,
I respect, like, as an artist, I
Michael
respect him
Jackson
heavily.
in the same category with Chris Brown and Usher.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, what if he just say Chris Brown?
Michael Jackson, then there's like a Chris Brown and a Usher. But
I think it matters if you know where you are.
So the Chris Brown and Usher, that's not.
Yeah, they like.
I got that confused. Like,
they like Big Brother, Little Brother. They right above each other.
I'm gonna go Mike, Usher, Chris, and no disrespect to Chris, but Usher is the generation after me might have really rocked with Chris. Like,
it makes sense.
I rock with him, but I rock with Usher more. That Confession CD is. It don't matter when you play it, fam.
Well, we've already had this argument back and forth. I said Chris Brown. He says Usher. The reason I say Chris Brown is because you can't name stuff that hadn't popped off with it. Like, Chris Brown been hitting these topics, been doing these things all the time. Now,
I like them both.
Usher, he'll come on, he'll fall off, come back, fall off again, come back and fall off.
Any man that can go on stage with some Willie shoes and make me think about buying them, I'm gonna show him respect to the highest. I ain't never
Chris
thought.
Brown made you want to get out here, start pop locking, crumping, all kinds of stuff. You can do none of that. But
Man,
you know what?
Tell me.
It depends on the category you're talking about, because at the end of the day, I feel like Chris Brown will be is a better performer than Usher.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that.
So, and I think they sing differently. But I would prefer to go spend money to go watch Chris Brown than Usher.
I can
Because of the
understand
performance.
stage presence.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when I look back at the catalog, and don't get me wrong, Chris Brown catalog is extensive and it is full of hits. But I'm from an era where you need a CD to solidify you. Like, you need that classic. I ain't ever heard Chris Brown name
Chris Brown
come up.
actually did have a
And
couple.
I had a CD for Chris Brown. His first album was on
Is there any CD standalone that you could say is comparable to the Confessions? Is there any one of Chris Brown?
Of Chris Brown's.
the whole album on Confession is it?
If I put Confessions on a table and you had to go through Chris Brown catalog and pick one CD, just be like,
okay,
this is the one that I would play over that.
Now,
what would it be?
I got because I will agree with you on that. Usher has a more solid album than Chris Brown,
Right.
but catalog wise, when we talk about songs for songs,
I can't. I'll have to let
Usher
you have
does
it.
not have more hits than Chris Brown
Understood.
at all. Not even close.
However, this is the reason why I say.
Go and look it up. I
gotta look it up.
First of all, his first album, nobody know one song from his first album.
The first album.
His second album, My Way, yes.
Oh,
You
My
had-
Way was not his first album?
No. No.
That's what I remember.
What?
That was
because if we thinking about the age that we all are in, My Way came out with 96, 97.
Yeah.
Most of us was like 5.
It was young.
You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I remember it is because you were important if you had a video.
Yeah.
True.
And I remember seeing the video that summer because I was at grandma's and My Way was coming on. Same time with 808, Destiny's Child, all that. It was that era. Aaliyah, all that was at that time.
Right.
Yeah. But the only reason I would say with Usher is like My Way. His album after that, what was that? 87 or 01?
8701. Them all
Hard.
Give me 3 songs from that one, just that one alone.
I gotta go back.
I
and
don't
listen
Exactly.
remember
to
which
them.
one.
But that's why.
But I mean,
when it come to Confessions,
But
though, it's
My
different.
Way, you could name a couple off of My Way.
What I'm saying is this: if we go to the Confession CD and I put it on, I don't skip a track. With Chris Brown, although his run has been extended, I'm not taking nothing away from the man. When he go out, if they don't give him his flowers and put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or whatever Hall of Fame he wished to be in, I'm gonna be crazy upset. Like, I was upset when they canceled the performance where he was, reenacting the Michael Jackson dance or making his own interpretation. I was like, that's crazy. Because the accolades is there. The dude is stout. What I'm saying is this. When we talk about Tupac and we say his run, he ain't got that many CDs, fam. He really don't.
He has 5.
He ain't got that many CDs. It's people out there, you got Jay-Z past 10 CDs. But if you ask certain people who's more of this or who more of that, they gonna bust out Tupac the greatest. And it's because of a concentrated, hard-hitting, it trumps. And don't get me wrong, there is a space for all those people it's a space for all the marathon runners. But sometimes the sprinter is going to be Usain Bolt. I don't know who ran cross country last year. I just don't.
So to get back to the topic at hand, if my man comes home singing Confessions, you're saying I should be concerned.
I'm not saying that. What I am saying is this, though. If you got a girl that you told him, hey, why haven't you deleted her out your phone, and you giving him high pressure about it, you just, know that you see.
LA, I was with my ex-girlfriend.
And that come on and he's singing hard, or that Darnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be come on.
Oh my God.
I say this, but all I'm doing is establishing what women would call female intuition.
Mm-hmm. But I also feel like it depends on where you are in your relationship. If I'm not talking to him about deleting that ex-girlfriend's number or anything, I like both those songs too.
Right.
So what song was your wife playing that made you feel so uncomfortable?
What was the name of that one? It was by Summer Walker. It was this song. It was talking bad about some dude. And
I don't really know.
See, now I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here real quick. Women rock with Summer Walker real hard.
I was explaining that.
They really rock with her hard. So I don't think, and I think how we look at her is totally different than how they look at her.
Hold on, wait. Now I'll be right, because when he asked me this prior to the show, I was like, Summer Walker a vibe though.
Yeah,
but it's like she really is.
This dude was trash. Was nothing good about him. And I'm like. Okay, so I just let it go, and I was like, "Oh well, let me."
So I don't listen to Summer Walker, so I can't really speak on.
She's a vibe.
I'm going to now. So what if she was listening to that song and she's talking about this man that she was trash, and she likes it because she was cheering this woman on, and it has nothing to do with you. She's happy that maybe he's trash and she's moving on. I don't know what the lyrics are, but why you take it so personal? It had nothing to do with you. You're not trash. You changed the song. Like, you got upset and changed the song.
Okay, that's
when you could have just ignored it.
You could take it like this. And I was telling him about this. Back in the day, there was this song by Janet Jackson called "What About That." This was with she was talking about her ex-husband and all that kind of stuff. It's like, what about all the crap you done to me? What about the times you said you did not want me? Yeah. What about that? What about that? Basically talking about it. And my mom was in the car. I remember we were driving down to East Texas. She was just singing her heart out to this song. And then she stopped. Replay it again. Same thing over and over again. And I know my dad for a fact. He took that CD and chunked it out the window. And I'm like, I don't blame you. Because I'm like...
But music has its way of having connections with people for multiple different reasons.
But again, if you're singing the song, you can't keep calling a vibe if, for example, if you don't like none of the songs that say bad things about women, I'm just saying, some people are like, oh no, I don't like certain things because they denigrate women.
Yeah, like Destiny's Child.
Yes.
Well, not for women, for men.
Well, for men. But I'm like, if you don't want them kind of songs, then I don't want them kind of songs. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear ignorance that is talking bad about dudes, but you got a good dude right here. The last nigga you talk to or dude you talk to ain't got nothing to do with over here. So
maybe it has nothing to do with the last man.
Then why are you singing it right here?
It could be a good song. First of all, it came on the radio. She didn't push play.
My mom had the CD.
That was different. She was trying to send that to a message to your dad. You already confirmed that when you threw it out the window. But you got mad at a song that came on the radio.
I didn't get mad.
You did when you
Just
changed it.
dang.
You got mad.
Well,
There's a difference between that song.
So if Bills came on the radio, you would have been offended. And you guys just argued. Y'all just got done. Wait, you just got done arguing about the Bills. I don't know your situation. This is an example. Would you have been upset then?
quick. So would you change it?
No, because I don't care. No, I mean, just being honest, because I love music, and I know you do too.
Yes.
I know you do. We've had multiple conversations about music. I love music, so my wife sings all the time,
and I could understand
it don't matter if it's Summer Walker, Beyonce,
She's a vibe.
Rihanna, Kelly Price. It don't matter.
Right. She
She
singing
sings constantly. So if she's listening to Summer Walker or whoever, I'm just like, okay, you in a good mood. You sing, like you're even
regardless
even
of what the
mood.
song is about.
Yeah, you in an even better mood because one day I came in the house and she was in there cleaning up and doing her thing, and she was listening to "She Was a Friend of Mine" by Kelly Price.
Hey,
But I don't know none of her friends that ever did that to her like that, So it's like I don't care. For me, and this is just me personally, I don't read too much into people singing music.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, well, did I do something wrong?" You know what I'm saying? Contrary to how y'all may see me on this camera, I sing a lot at home too. So I could be sitting there listening to something, and she'd be like, "Oh, you really feeling that today?" I was like, "Yeah, most times she might even jump in and start singing with me, and it's a duo."
yeah,
Because
that Ronald Isley, and hey,
they're contagious.
I gotta do like that. Come on, I gotta do this. If I'm in a room, that song come on, and you don't do this back and forth with me, I don't even know if we friends.
You know what song I have to do back and forth? Avant and Kiki.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one.
You already know if R. Kelly and Mr. Biggs come on.
Yeah,
We gotta go.
we gonna do this whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can leave.
Some people, if it's the Brandy and the Monica, you got to go.
We gotta
do this with me.
You got to go back and forth. There's no question.
So,
and I agree with that. I was not angry when she keeps trying to say.
You changed the song. You saw your wife having a great time. You saw your wife jamming, and you stopped her jam.
Songs like that, you don't get to pick the one.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair because today she was in a good mood. Today she was having a great time, and you just snatched her greatness because you didn't like the lyrics. That's how I see it.
We just had the conversation because hang on. Because I was like, oh, so if I were playing the song, Iman, and I was like, F what I said. Because my wife, I sing every song. I do.
And now she's trying to join you in a sing-along, and you changed the song?
A sing-along to the song I didn't even know the name of.
If your wife doesn't sing all the time, but you see her singing right now, and you see she's having a great time, you know your relationship is not in trouble. Why did you change the song?
On to the next topic.
Okay. Understood.
Up there though. Usher has 9 number 1 hits, and Chris Brown has 6.
No, what's considered a number 1 hit?
Who voted?
Billboard Top 100.
Oh, okay.
It's just Usher, bro.
But Chris Brown has sold 175 million songs and records worldwide, and Usher is 75.
Wow, that's a double.
And I'm sure that's the confession.
So
It's some play.
Go ahead.
All right. So, what does it mean when a person says, "I need someone that can handle me"?
I don't know. I've heard this on social media a lot of times. I never knew what it meant to handle someone because I don't handle anyone. It's like, if I don't want to be handled. If we cool, my friends, the person I'm with, all those kind of things. I don't handle anyone.
Since I go back to when Jill Scott said it, right? And part of me felt exactly, she was like, if you can tell me what to do, then tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, don't tell me what. I feel like it's a strike towards confidence. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's some people who no, I said what I said, and you gonna do that. And it's not like how you felt it was like, oh, he coming to me. No. It's like cause you might be thinking I'm playing, and I'm like, hey, baby, like, no, we finna go. Vice versa. Don't think it's like a one-way street. Right. But it's just a display of confidence. It's like, hey, no, it's some stuff I let a lot slide, baby. But that one thing, and you know what it is. It's not like I haven't told you this prior in a very like cool, calm way. Like we've shared this moment. Your friends and got around or whatever may have taken place, vice versa. Certain things that we just know that don't fly in this. I'll pick it up. That don't really fly with me. Yeah. And it's like you can traverse that terrain if you choose to, but you know how I'm gonna react to that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna switch up because who's in the room or what's going on. You know how I feel about that, and we've already discussed that. Yeah. Like for my wife, ain't no you ain't finna go out here and cuss her out for nothing. But that's also at home. You're not finna cuss her out, period. Ain't no. You need to figure out how to say what you gonna say and get your conviction across and your modulation across. Yeah. And that should make me get to where we going so you can prove your point. But you ain't gonna put me in a space to where you cursing me out. I don't know. You don't curse me out. Yeah.
Right.
Mine is, hey, look, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and everything I do is respectful because I have this thing called righteous anger. Okay, so I let a lot slide. Once I know I'm right, I'm right. But I know I'm right. Like I go through the process to prove, like, no, I'm right. If you keep going up, don't worry. How many miles is it to space? Because we gonna go there before I stop. We gonna get to the point of not breathing. Because if I'm right, I'm right. Now if I'm wrong, on our way up, I'll tell you, nah, you going a little bit high. I'm gonna get out the way.
I mean, I can understand that. Me, when it comes to looking at it like that, is I don't like handling people, but you know who I am. And I'm like, when you got with me, you knew who I was. Like one thing I don't like, because I try never to give it, is disrespect. I don't disrespect my wife. I don't disrespect my friends. I don't disrespect my kids or anything. If I feel disrespected, I'm coming right at you with, hey, I felt disrespected on this. I would want you to do the same thing. Now, if you think because of where we're at, like me and my wife have talked about certain things, like, an example, when it comes to my kids, I don't care if my mama said. If I said no, the answer was no. There ain't no asking anyone else. And you asking someone else gonna get your butt whooped, because my daughter's like the main one that will try stuff. But if I said no, you go ask your granny, your TT, your GG, your whoever. It don't matter. My answer was still no. And you won't get messed up right in front of them just for it.
So they can know.
Yes, just so I know who's in charge. It's not to be disrespectful. It's just, you know, I don't play that.
And to keep in the spirit of, like I said, going back to when Jill Scott said, it's more of a like, you know how dominatrix get they whole little, it's they think. I'm just telling you what it's speaking from. Because, you know, it's certain situations where when the dude came, turn off the lights, that was a statement. Like, hey, turn them lights off. Then she didn't move fast enough. Turn them off. That's when it switched.
Shout out to Teddy P.
So it's like, that's what she's saying. If you can handle me, like, hey, turn the lights off. She was probably on her way. You ain't move. You know what's finna happen. You know, so it's a certain space for some of these instances where you want to be handled, and we know you want a certain type of love that I can provide. So play this role with me. Do what I said, and don't put yourself in a position like roll with this, because at the end you gonna benefit heavily, because I know this is what you want. Yeah. And that's how that plays out. It's like it's a duality to the statement. But also, like I said, if I'm dealing with it from a space of where, hey, You know, I've already established my what they call safe zone or whatever you want to call it. I've already established what I will and what I won't do. So when the closer you get to what I won't do, I will show you what I will do in response to that.
Yeah.
And that's one way of being handled. Like, hey, if anybody gonna handle me, I'm gonna handle me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I need to fly off the handle to prove my point, then it's life. You chose this path.
Yeah.
I'm mostly docile and chill. But if you want to go there, we can go. It's a road. But it's also a space to where, hey, sometimes just that, lovey-dovey, just love ain't the type of love you seek. Maybe you just want, I just want you to grab me and throw me on the bed. Granted, for most situations, it's like, nah, that's not what we intended to do. But it's like, this is for this role, for us, what you wanted, right, is that. Unless you say, I really don't want them, be like, oh, wait, back away. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a space. This is what I'm saying. Which a spouse is a space, and it's a delicate balance to where if you can handle, then handle it. Like,
I look at it like this. Yesterday, we went out for my mom's birthday, and we were shouting out my mom. We were doing everything. We went to Brazilian, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we went, we're getting ready to be seated. My little brother, he was in the front. I was the last one. So he sat with his back facing the wall in that way. And then when I looked, his girlfriend sat right beside him and everything. And then she looked right at me. Then I looked at her and she was like, you want me to move, don't you? I'm like, yeah. And the reason why I say that is because she knows as well as I do, because my little brother does the same thing. I'm always surveying the surroundings. So I don't have my back facing no doors. Only time I will ever have my back facing a door is in my house. And even my sister-in-law understood that's who he is as a person. Mm-hmm. It's like, so I'm not going to be like, oh, well, my man want me to sit right here. Both of us going to do the same thing, because even if it was me sit here first, my wife knows, hey, he going to feel the same way. He going to sit there.
I think that only works because she's family. If we were going out on a double date and I never met you, and like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my first time meeting you. You don't know my spouse. I'm sitting next to my man. And if he sat in that seat first, you going to have that back to the door.
And I understand you would say
because I'm not
that
sitting next
if
to
you never met me. But if you know that person, that's why I say,
that's why
if you could handle me,
it would only work for people
that know what it is. Because as a man, most men do this. Well, pause. Most older, more knowledgeable men do the same thing. The same reason dudes walk on the outside when they're walking down the street and their ladies on the inside is a safety thing that everybody does. But most people don't look at it that way. They're like, oh, I just want to do what I want to do. Like, no. Like, for example, when me and my wife started dating, she knew for a fact, hey, the first time, I like, baby, now, I always pulled out the chair for my wife. But, no, you sit here, I'll sit here. The reason I'm sitting here is for a reason. I'm not going to tell you every time, oh, this is the reason why. You should know after the first couple of times, oh, that's why he's doing it. Safety.
I don't know. I just feel like the word handle, I don't like it, but it's basically saying if we can get along, if we can deal with each other in all situations. And I don't know. I don't like the way it's worded, I guess.
It's because society has twisted. Again, this is another one of those words that has a general meaning.
Yeah.
Because when I hear handle, that means I have a wayward way of doing things, and you need to be able to put me in check. That's what I hear because that's the way that society has put it into.
Yeah.
When you read the question, I need somebody that can handle me. Most of the time, when you hear that statement, it's a negative connotation behind it.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's more of you got one of them personalities that don't nobody really fuck with, and you need somebody, a man or a woman, to be like, okay, you need to be able to put me in my place, and it's stupid for one, because we all, no matter man or woman, I know men have a certain thing about respect. Man or woman, you should respect the person that you with.
Right.
Regardless, it don't make a difference.
Right.
It just needs to be one of them words that we need to redefine.
Yeah, because when I hear it, I automatically feel like something negative.
And then it's on a part of a societal thing to where dominating somebody.
Right.
So like we all like to be respected, and we're gonna respect our kids, but we don't own them. They're not property. We don't have to lord over them. We don't have to dominate them for them to respect us.
Right.
And that's the context in which that statement is pushed on the people.
But with that being said, I gotta touch this delicately. All right, so when I go through and I'm like, when I say it in reference to my kids, like if I say it's law, I go from a place because it's all love, man.
You
like,
come from a place of love, but see, you're. So I say that. Let me clarify that. I say that as the average person thinks of it in that manner, of which the question was posed.
Right.
You, being a progressive forward thinker, think of it in a different light.
Right.
So on the average, when you want to handle somebody, I mean, you trying to dominate them.
Right.
But for you, that thinks further out, it has more of a rounded thought process. You looking at it as, I'm not trying to dominate you. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to nurture you.
Right.
But the average person that hears that question, they see it as a way of dominating somebody.
That's how I saw it.
Oh no.
But is that a defense that people keep throwing up that they shouldn't throw up?
No, that's it. Like from what we sit on the protection end, it's like I'm gonna be honest. If a dude said, I gotta handle your daughter, automatically he dead. No disrespect to the dude. I mean, because I R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? Because because if I use the terminology, mine is like, you should know that every move I make on anybody that I hold close behalf is always in your best interest. Like that's my primary mission. I'm trying to make sure not only do you see tomorrow, but you see excess and abundance for your life. So if you making irrational decisions that can harm you, I'm going to tell you to stop. And then at a certain, before 18, if necessary, I will make you stop.
Yeah.
Because this is adverse to your future. You may not understand it, but I've seen things that you haven't seen. I've crossed roads that you haven't crossed. And when I got on the other side of that road, this was what's waiting on me. Yeah. I don't want you to see what's over there. So I got to pull you back and put you, this is the path you're going to take. And I promise you, I seen these roads too. They take you to success. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when kids be like, or parents be like, I don't necessarily care whether you wake up and you don't read no books or you don't. No. When you get home, you do your homework. The TV, especially this age and time, the TV, we can rewind it, fast forward it just like a tape. That homework though, that's gonna be due tomorrow. Prioritization.
I had to have my homework done before 7 because that's what time all the shows came on. If you didn't have it done by 7, you just missed that. You're going to have to catch up at your friends. They're going to tell you what happened.
Mm-hmm. But see, in a way, that's a parent handling it. Like, no. You don't have these options. Yeah. There's priorities. This is a priority. Now, when it comes to your lover or whatever, in his case, he like, I don't sit in this seat to watch that.
Differently because the way that my mother and father handled me is a parent. I'm not expecting that same thing from my spouse.
But
so
you
that's
wouldn't
why
want
that's
your-
why that's the word handle. Like if my mother says, "Oh, I'm handling your son," I feel like when I hear that my mom has authority over my husband, my man will not have authority over me. So I take it very differently.
So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is because when you do get married, in certain
Change the
aspect-
words.
But that's the thing is, every word can't always be changed. Sometimes people have to take it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like for example, I don't rule my wife. I do have authority over certain things with my wife. Meaning, if I say it, she knows I'm coming from a place of all I want is the best for
I don't
you.
think it's authority. I think it's respect because your wife is grown enough to do what she wants when she wants. I
But
just think
if
it's
you
a
don't
respect.
see something, and I do see something, that's like,
We had this whole conversation before about the safety of your wife, but you don't have authority over Andrea. You do not have authority over her.
That's what a term, which another term you would be against would be like submission. Because one,
Submission and authority are not the same, though. He doesn't have authority over her.
but I'm saying she submits to the will that he's putting forward because it provides protection
Yeah.
on the other
Right.
end.
But when you have authority, I can't go against my mother or my father when I was the children. I couldn't go against. There was no way that I could fight that battle and win as a child. Your wife can. Your wife, if he says no to something, your wife could just be like,
Finish your thought, and then I'm moving.
okay. So I guess what I'm saying is when I talk about authority, it means, hey, I have your overall well-being, whether you believe it, whether you don't believe it. And if you submit to me being my wife, and I submit to you being your husband, there are certain aspects you see, there are certain aspects I see. It's not I'll think about what you see. That's why we married.
maybe I'll never get married because ain't no way.
No, girl, trust me.
No.
That's someone. All right, outside of that,
No, heck no. I never want to be. You have authority over me. We would argue every day.
but you see,
Just
I
because he
can't
said
go
the-
too
just
deep. I
because-
gotta go.
Just because he said
I
the
gotta
word.
go.
Keep going. This is interesting. Keep going.
Because
I want to hear it. So,
Okay.
yeah, just keep going.
this is what I'm saying. It seems like you believe the authority is one sided. It's not.
Yeah.
Like I
just
agree
change
with
the
you.
words.
I agree with you as far as word choice. Unfortunately, I'm not Webster, so I can't change words. What I'm saying is this: there's certain things that what you say to your spouse is certain women can't say that. There's certain things that you can tell him to do that there's no other woman in the world gonna be able to tell him to do that. It's period. Like you can't. Like in my world, my daughter, I go and do her hair. There's no female outside of my wife that can make a request such as that and me go through and actually figure out, okay, let me figure out how to get
But we're
this
talking
done.
about just between
But
the relationship. I understand that. I get that.
There's
But my
a-
husband still will not have authority
no,
over me.
but what I'm saying is there is an authority that you so all right.
We're talking about a child. You're right.
No,
Authority over the child.
No. Let's talk about it this way. So, all right, you get with a man, right?
Okay.
And his usual crowd is just half naked strippers.
And I'm with him.
You with him?
I know this?
You know this. He's won your heart,
Oh, God.
and you got to the point where he's like, "Bro, this the one, bro. I know she the one." What's one request you gonna make early and up front?
If I chose to be with this man
Mm-hmm.
and he had these half naked strippers around him all the time, females,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, that wouldn't be a
no.
That wouldn't be
Like-
something I would request to get rid of. I chose that life.
No,
I don't understand then.
what you gotta understand is that's an option. You can be like, I would prefer, and I
That's
don't
if
like
if I was
that you got
uncomfortable
half
with it
naked women
from
around
the
all the time.
beginning, I think I would have said something.
It's like
before
certain
the ring.
stuff. Okay, if he was an avid smoker and you walked in and you was like, I just don't like the smell of smoke in my house. You got to smoke that outside. That's authority.
request.
No. That's authority.
In my house, though, in my house,
In your house. So if he came back in and kept smoking, are you gonna keep him?
And this is his house?
No, it's your house.
Oh, this is my house. Then I have authority over my house. I don't have authority over you.
No. You want to keep this is
Because
where
you just said your wife is the only one that can make that request. I can make that request to anybody that comes through my door.
But
Anybody.
what I'm saying is you can make that request, but then this is what marriage is, better or worse. So he has to make a decision. This is the authority. He has to make a decision. Do I leave? Is smoking big enough for me to lose the greatest thing in my life? Is that no?
You're not winning me.
This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna take that cigarette and be like, all right, babe, I'm gonna be outside. Mm-hmm. I'm not finna have. That's not something to put.
Though.
It's your house, and I respect that. And granted, physically, which just like that child, physically, it's not many, if any, men you'll be able to dominate.
So this is actually
accept
a true
that.
story.
Yeah,
my father, when I was really young, used to smoke. I think it was Black and Miles, and my mother hated that he smoked in the house. And in general, because she said it smelled. And she argued every time he lit it up right there on the couch. So again, you don't have authority over, because my mama didn't want it and my daddy was like, it's cold outside. We lived in Utah. It's like, it's cold outside. I'm not going out there.
I'm sure there was some bad conversations that took some place.
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is you in Texas. Are they in Texas too?
My mother is now. My dad's in Kansas.
Oh, so that goes back to further my point. He was so adamant about the smoking to like, hey, I'm not going to give this up. And he was so much so to where, and don't get me wrong, it's not just smoking. It's multiple things that I'm sure that took place in their relationship.
Yeah, because he stopped smoking years before the divorce. But I'm just saying.
Because that's somebody trying, like, we as kids, we don't see these things. Me stop smoking is me trying to make it work. She don't like smoke, fam. Because in reality, smoking ain't hurting him. I mean, it is, but it ain't really hurting him that much. He's trying to decide in his life, hey, is this worth keeping? Mm-hmm. Is this something I want to keep doing? All right, then she don't want smoking in the house. She sees a sign of disrespect. Whatever. Then other things come up. And so now it's like, it's a balance in that. I'm going to tell you like this. If you do love that person, granted, the word may need to be switched.
Just change the word.
Granted, the word may need to be switched. There will never be
authority over me.
Granted, the word may need to be switched. But there are things that person will. There are privileges to having somebody that you say is my spot. Like that's who I'm with.
Partner.
In my case, my wife. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying. Like there's privileges to that. There's certain things that, like I don't care what you can't say that to me. Like and no, not to you, but you can't say it. You can try it, but it'll be problematic. I don't know. And vice versa. It's certain things that I can't say to you.
I feel like there's a reason why all three of you guys are married and not me, because it'll never change for me.
But
I will never change for me. Mm-hmm. No.
I mean, so no. I get. So my wife is very headstrong, and she gonna do what she gonna do it if she want to do it. But out of respect for me, she don't do it.
Right, and that's
you know what I'm saying. And
but you don't have authority over her,
right? And
she have authority over self, and she submitted to the A.
So I understand where both of y'all are coming from. I'm a big person and a proponent on words and how you word them, how you say things to people, how you come at people. I'm real big on that. So that authoritative thing is always gonna have a negative connotation to it. Because in the past, it prescribes to a lifestyle that we don't prescribe to.
Righteous.
So anytime you say I got authority over this or I'm the last final say on that, you sound like a dictator to most people.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that's what you doing, but at the top of the rung, we had this conversation 2 shows ago. At the top of the rung, depending on what you believe, God is at the head of your house. He's the authority. Right. You are the next person in line.
Yes.
And everything that you do is based in love and respect for your family.
Exactly.
I definitely feel like it's just how you word it, like you said.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that you trying to be a dictator or you lording over your family, because I know how much you love your people. I know how much you love your kids, and I know how much you love your wife. It's just the wording is what messes it all up. The whole wording is what messes it up, because I know the caliber of man that you are. I know that. I know that and it's just the definitions that we use on certain things is what messes things up.
Now, and I understand that, and I do respect everything you say. The only reason I'm saying this is because, like, certain words, if you know my heart, if you know me as a person, these words shouldn't be the main thing that affects you. My heart. You know my intentions of any and everything I do. So you being my spouse, oh, well, you said authority. Does he really mean it as like impressment and stuff like that?
Right.
Does he really think of it that way?
Right.
You should be able, as a partner, any partner, whether you're dating, whether you're married, whether you're thinking about it, if you know that person, you should know, hold up. That word may trigger me a little bit, but I know
that's what
that
we go
person.
back to. You gotta know the person. That
You gotta, and
Yeah.
that's
You
if
gotta
you can
know,
handle
you
me,
gotta
you can
know.
handle me. And what I'm saying also on
So
top of
basically,
that,
when a man quote unquote handles me, he knows he's gonna have to use certain words with me, or I'm gonna probably be offended.
understood. Maybe with you, if a
can be
dude
in that
really wanna,
concept.
he like, in order for me to have her understand that my overarching goal for her is, like I said, I want you to one, be protected. And right now, that protection requires me sitting in that seat. So maybe he don't ever say authority. He be like, in order for me to do what you need for me to do right here as far as protecting you. Because
I'm upset now.
But you gotta understand, because
I just don't
you
wanna
gotta.
date, I don't want to date a man that makes me feel like I'm his daughter.
This is what you gotta understand.
I've dated a lot.
I'm not saying.
That's
Now,
what
one, granted, a dude make you feel like his daughter. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother space.
issue.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is
I've
this
dated
though.
I've gone on a lot of different dates, and some men definitely try to check you and treat you as if, because I'm the man.
But
You need to do what I say. I don't like none of that.
it's like this.
In some instances, that's a lack of respect.
In some instances, but I don't want people to be trying to take it and be like, all men are the only thing they trying to do. That's a one side. That's one side.
I get what
There's
you
a
guys are saying,
separation
but
between.
I also know you guys personally, so I guess that makes me understand this. But if I was new coming in, I definitely would just feel like y'all was tripping. But because I know, because I've seen how you are with your wife and your kids, so I see and understand what you're saying. But if I didn't know you, like you said, definitely would have felt like a dictator controlling. Like that's how I would have took it.
How I see it, but I get what you're saying. But what I'm
The
saying
way
is
that
this.
you guys worded it, though.
But you got to also understand that women, granted, this show is probably the most I speak in life. So,
But I guess it's different.
so whereas like women have these like dialogue segments where they go out and they say a lot. I go do a lot. Like, period. Like, if you want to know how I feel about you, watch what I do.
Yeah.
I might say something that's off-putting, but regardless, you walked in this household, I guarantee you, if any dude came in here tripping, even your spouse, he gonna have to respect the fact that you walked in his house.
Yeah.
And the fact that, hey, he gonna handle it, or I'm gonna handle it, or he gonna handle it. You need to watch your tone when you talk to her out of respect. Like, you in a certain space. I don't know what you do at your house. And if she allow that, that's one thing.
That's what y'all do over there.
That's what you do over there. But when you walk in here, the women get treated this way.
Right.
Period.
Regardless.
But it's authority, but it's mostly respect.
Okay, I'm gonna say my last little piece on this.
Go ahead.
My whole thing is I don't want the best thing for you be pushed away because
What he
you didn't
said.
like how he
How
said
said
it.
it.
Like if I'm like, for example, right now my wife doesn't have to worry about the mortgage here. She doesn't have to worry about a lot of things. All I ask my wife to do, love me, take care of our children. That's about it. I don't ask for a lot of stuff. So my thing is, are you really going to throw me away when I'm doing everything possible to the best of my ability because I say authority? That's all I'm saying. It's like,
But like
look at it
he
that.
said before, you have to know the person you're with. Your wife would not. Me and you would have never made it past the first date.
But You saying y'all would have never made it past your first date?
But I know who he is. I've known you for years, so I know who you are as a man now. So that would be different. But on the first date, I feel like you would have came off too aggressive.
This is my question though. Viewing how he operates with his wife, viewing how he operates with his kids. Mm-hmm. And like, if you could somehow see into the future, and it's not Jeremy, but
you're basically saying,
Jeremy,
would I date a man like Jeremy?
Yeah. If you knew that would be the outcome, would you date him?
With some tweaks? Yes.
I'm not with the tweaks. I understand what you're saying.
He is a wonderful husband. He is a wonderful father. I would never take that away from him. But the way that he discusses certain things, he would have to change his wording for me. But it would always be an argument because I'm like, sometimes I don't understand how we don't agree because of the words he used. That would have to change. That would automatically have to change. And he would know that. If he loved me, if Jason loved me, he would understand, I got to break this stuff down for my wife. My wife is going to trip if I say it this way, so let me say it this way.
How many good guys have gone by the wayside?
Well, I don't know. They're all gone now.
That's what I'm saying. How many good guys have gone by the wayside based on word choice and not action? The world is based on action. A dude can say...
I didn't have any gone by. Their actions definitely never follow their words. So I don't have to worry about that.
Well, if their actions are trash...
If their actions are trash, I can't... Because I'm all about that action.
I don't know how
we don't have to worry about that. Their actions didn't even match
actions
nothing.
Speak always louder.
Understood.
We've got that clarity.
Clarity. So I just want you to understand... Sometimes good guys say crazy things. Okay. Here we go. Should you disclose your mental health issues to a partner early in the relationship?
How soon is early?
That's the good question.
Wait, you said relationships, so not during our dating phase or when we're exclusive?
So do you feel like it should be like stated during the dating phase?
I don't know. I slide it in there.
You slide it in there. In what way?
So I have anxiety, right? And like high depression that it's like seasonal, comes in and out. I'll just slide it in there like, dang, I forgot to get my anxiety medication from the pharmacy. Just see what you'll say. Slide it right on in there. That's it. So I have anxiety, so that's my mental. So now I'm done.
Well, I
said it. You heard me.
Well,
do you ever say antidepressants? Do you take it? We don't.
No, I don't take antidepressants. Just anxiety.
So my question is, what gives you anxiety?
Then we can have that conversation. But I'll just slide it in there.
I mean, I guess for me and how I look at certain things is, I need to know what, if me just talking to you
is gonna set you off.
Set you off. I'm like, whoa,
we would have the conversation, but for me, it could be just being overwhelmed with a lot of things. And most of my anxiety comes when I'm alone, when I'm overthinking myself. I can handle when I'm around people, but when I get by myself and I'm overthinking because I feel like I have all this on my shoulders with me being a single mom and my finances, my real estate, and just everything else I have, that's when I'll be like, I'm about to have an anxiety attack, and I'll be by myself.
Right. Okay.
So, understood.
But I'll just slide it in there. But if I was like bipolar, I probably would never tell you.
And that's why I was going to go. The severity of whatever the mental illness is probably where
I don't know.
It's going to come out at. Because if you schizophrenic or
I would never tell you.
They probably will never say anything. Because it's now...
And see, that goes back to what I was telling y'all before the podcast, the thin line between love and hate. If you would have told me you shot that dude before,
I'm not going to get it.
Like, I would have been like, you know what? Let me think about this. Like, before I mess you over, before I screw you right now. But time out,
Martin was wrong.
What?
Wait. Don't get me wrong. I do feel like Martin was wrong.
Martin was wrong? Don't get me wrong. He was wrong.
He used the wrong word. He should have said...
He went about the situation the wrong way.
He really did.
He went... go watch it if y'all haven't watched it. The thin line between love and hate. He went about this.
He went about it all wrong.
Like, don't get me wrong. He was a player. But she knew he was. She even admitted he was. That before this thing even got serious. Everybody knew who he was.
Righteous.
Then he was like, he was in the bed with her and all that kind of stuff. They over there talking, got caught up in the heat of the moment. and he slips out the "I love you" thing, and I'm like, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just
But
like that.
she didn't tell him she killed the ex-husband. And yes, if you tell me you kill your ex-husband,
Why would you ever tell somebody that though?
Maybe before I hit.
But listen, I definitely
yes,
feel
I need
like
to know that.
your actions can bring out someone's mental. Because at the end of the day, what if Martin was before the husband? That means she never killed nobody. That means she probably never acted crazy before. But his actions brought out something mentally in her that she didn't even know she had because there was nobody's action that made her feel like that. Because when you look at her, she had her life together. She's a very successful woman. But
the only thing
something
is everything
triggered her
from something.
Something triggered her to make her go crazy. So I just met you. I've never been in love with a man before. I've never gone crazy on anybody before. But now I'm in love with you. I probably love you way too much. But I seen you talking to that lady at the produce. And now I'm tripping when I get home. Now I'm going crazy. You know what I mean? Because why?
Well,
it could have been a mental thing that I never even experienced.
And saying it like this, there would have to have been something because for you to automatically assume is something going on right there, there had to have been something in your past.
Too hard.
I was gonna say it might not have been a relationship thing, but you might have abandonment issues.
Yeah,
but I've never been to the doctor and diagnosed with that, so how can I tell you that I have it? But
a lot of us don't know what would be wrong. So I've said it before. A lot of us got stuff that's wrong with us that we just refuse to even acknowledge or we suppressed it and we don't remember.
Just keep moving.
I went to, I started therapy last year and I have no problem with telling people my story. So I got a list of issues. I definitely have abandonment issues. I have trust issues, but I'm also adopted. So I never felt that I was ever abandoned. But then when we talk about certain things and how I felt as a child, because you got to start back there before you can even get here. And as a kid, I'm not thinking about that. As an adult, I'm not thinking about experiences that I experienced as a child. And I'm like, dang, that makes sense when you say to the doctor why I feel like this or I think like this. And it all took because my mother lost me when I was 4. And I never thought I've always known I was adopted. Always. It was never a secret. I never thought anything about it. I always felt like, I'm glad I was adopted because when I look at the lifestyle that my other siblings had that weren't adopted versus me and my sister that got adopted, well, I was excited because it was definitely giving losing Isaiah lifestyle. And I was not for it.
Oh, man.
So I always felt like it was a great thing, but I also feel like I missed out. Didn't notice that I missed out. So I don't know. Yeah, I think everyone should go to counseling. I feel even if you don't have anything going on, because I went to my counseling during an area of when depression wasn't in my life, but it prepared me for when it came back around.
Right.
So I feel like everyone should go.
I mean, I for one have been to a few sessions, and it's kind of opened me up to different experiences and learning different things about myself. You know, it's something that I do encourage other people to do when they talk about it, because some people don't have anybody that they feel like they can talk to, or they don't trust people enough to talk to them. I, for one, and I've mentioned this before, I have an issue of trusting people. I don't let people get close to me, and it's just from childhood experiences. And it's taken me a while to open up to people and even be able to be comfortable enough to get in front of a camera or sit amongst y'all and talk about it. Because I don't know if you remember when I first came around, I wouldn't say nothing.
No.
Yeah, the last time I was here, you sat on the other side of the camera.
Yeah.
But
he said he didn't want to be on camera.
I didn't want to.
That was one thing, and I agree with both of you on it, because I've went through counseling. I've done different things because I've always had to make sure. But I realized for me, it was something that stemmed from my childhood, because my mother and father, and I tell a lot of people this, I saw where they both messed up on things and would not bend a little bit to try to make things work correctly. Right. It was like he wanted his way, she wanted her way. They were not bending on certain things. They would try to finagle and finesse their way into things, and their marriage broke up after 25 years. Me growing up seeing those kind of things, I was always like, nah, that can't be me. But then I was when I was younger, I used to accept certain things because I was like, I'll bend. And then when I realized, hold up, there's a difference between you bending a little bit and you just
About to break.
Yeah.
Yes.
Overexerting.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. And I was like, even to this day, I still work on that a little bit because I'm like, don't get me wrong. I will bend to work things out, to do better. But I ain't breaking meat.
No.
Meat is going to be me.
Yeah.
The most valuable asset that you got is yourself.
Yeah.
And the moment that you become invaluable to yourself is the day that you're going to kill yourself.
I agree.
You got to constantly search to be better, in my opinion. Like some people feel like looking for self-improvement every single day is exhausting and it's not worth it. I feel like it's beneficial to you.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
It's my thing.
I love doing it, and I feel like what made me want to make that change is my son. I was just scrolling on TikTok and I'm seeing other podcasts, and someone said your childhood drama will damage your child. And then I was like, I gotta fix that. My son is a happy kid. I want to keep him that way. You know what I mean? He's sweet, he's loving, he's fun, and I don't want even what I think he cannot see to affect him in the long run.
And you never know exactly what he's seen.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us grew up watching stuff that we had no business being a
And
part
then when
of.
you tell them that you saw it, they like, when did you see that? How do you know that? They don't
Remember
even
the
know.
video?
Yeah.
I like
Exactly.
video because last episode when it was over with, I was telling them about a video I saw when I was young, and I was like, I remember it so vividly, but people were like, oh, you're promoting domestic abuse. I'm like, no, this was the video that was on. And then he went and looked it up and he found it. I couldn't find it for anything. It was exactly how I described it. I seen this video probably when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
One time.
I don't
Maybe more.
remember.
It came on after Ninja Turtles.
It came on during kids shows, and it was a child sitting at the top of the stairs, and the mother and father are having an argument, and the father says, I didn't come home to have pizza. I could get pizza at work. He slaps his wife. You hear the pops. The little kids top of the stairs like this hears it, and then it's like, oh. And then it escalates more and more. It's like,
And this was a commercial.
this is a
90s.
commercial.
Yeah. But see, so you never physically see them hit. You never see them hit it, but you hear
What was the
it.
commercial about?
Domestic violence.
No,
Oh.
tell the truth.
But it was also to
Never
promote
pay full price for pizza.
and then it said Pizza Hut. Like, so,
I gotta see this.
we'll show it to you after
But we will get in today's climate. In today's climate, we will definitely get canceled for this.
Yes.
Yeah. So like,
It was tough. It was a tough watch.
It was very tough. It was difficult. We was all sitting here like, what?
What did she? Why do you
Everybody
remember
feeling sorry for
this?
the little boy at the time. I know I would have.
I mean,
I'm feeling sorry for the mama.
we sitting there and the little boy sitting at the top of the stairs hugging a bear and just like curled up at the top of the stairs. So it's like,
It's
bro,
dark.
what the hell?
It's
What the
dark.
hell are we watching?
Yes, and this came on during the cartoon.
First of
hour.
all, the first version of it I found was like a redacted version. It was shorter.
Yeah.
Then I found the one that actually took you through.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a roller coaster
They probably played it during
ride.
the Super Bowl too.
It was painful.
If it was.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
You probably be mad at me when you see it. You're like, where'd you first?
Why would
Well, to be honest with you, to tell you the truth, after I went home and then I showed my wife, I was mad at you for a few hours. It was like, why did you introduce this to my life?
Oh, it's dark.
10,
Oh,
and that's
it
what
was
I keep telling
dark.
people. I was like, I'm 10, and I remember this. I'm 37 years old now. You didn't realize this over 20 years ago?
It's a dark
Yeah.
And now I'm
emotion.
35 and you have scarred me.
For life. For life.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I went to counseling. But I don't know. I don't feel that I would disclose all my personal issues with somebody
Never,
at the
I mean.
beginning. Probably never, because if I
Yeah,
let
you
it go,
shouldn't tell.
I let it go, right? But I don't have a problem with telling people my mental, because I guess I'm not clinically crazy. Schizophrenic.
I don't know. So I ain't never went to one of these like
You
people.
should try.
You should try it.
I don't
We
know.
actually go to the same
Why not?
counselor, right? We just confirmed that the other day when you said
Yeah.
your name. Yeah, we actually.
I feel like I should go,
yeah.
but then I'd be like, "What you gonna tell me, fam?" Because part of me be like,
a lot that you.
I hear
it would
you.
be things that you're not thinking
A lot
about.
of times, it's you holding a mirror up to yourself to see the things that you don't really notice about you.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is because some people are like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm this. I'm that." Because me, you can't tell me I'm bad. You can't tell me nothing wrong. Sorry about that, y'all. But you can't tell me I'm a horrible person or anything like that. But then when somebody is like, you do realize some of the things you say, some of the ways you move aren't quite as people can look at that as differently. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like even
they gonna tell
with me and my wife,
But
I'm like,
So,
I gotta
so
work
with
on
you,
certain
me and you are kind of similar, and I've learned that over the years. We analyze ourselves internally,
I do.
and that's why I say I can tell you probably why you're so hesitant. And I don't want to tell you what I don't want to speak for you, but I can kind of feel where you're coming from.
Understood.
We go comb through our minds and look at how we treat people, how we love people, how we treat ourselves. And it's like we gonna keep it moving regardless of if there's a feeling there of us not being or doing something that may have hurt somebody, or what we've said to them, how we posed it to them. We deem ourselves to be so self-aware that we don't feel like we don't need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm so self-aware, and I'm aware of who I've been and who I've built myself to be, that I don't need to go talk to nobody because I know what's going on in here. Because I self-regulate every single day.
I do it all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
you need to go.
But so
Wait, I don't know. This feels judgmental.
No,
So-
I think it'll be very helpful. I was so surprised because I tried counseling in 2020 and I quit because it was too much.
Okay,
And then I was
so
like,
stop.
no, I need to just get past this little brick wall. And I love it. Now, if my counselor can't cancel on me, I'm upset with her. Like, girl, what you doing? Why are we canceling? I'm ready to talk.
because sometimes
It's great.
it can be. You remember how I talked about the guards and them
That's
being
true.
in the way. Sometimes that guard that's sitting right in front of the throne is a version of yourself that you don't want to talk to.
Understood.
Yeah, so next week, let me know how it goes.
Oh, I gotta go find him now. Okay.
I'll send you mine.
Oh, yeah. Send it to. You know what? I'm gonna see if you want to put a camera.
I got one that's pretty cool too. She pretty dope.
Understood. We gonna. I'm not. First of all, I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no.
We come from three people that
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's just like I look at it like this. It's like, oh no. You gotta go up there. You
And
know,
you have to give it a minimum of like 3 sessions.
3 sessions.
Because the first one is just going to be you talking majority of the time. He or she's just trying to get to know you.
Yeah, they trying to gauge where you are.
Yeah. So you're not going to really learn anything in that first session, but you have to provide for them to evaluate.
So I should
give her-
write it all down and then hand it. Be like,
No.
read this,
No.
come back.
Because then it's scripted.
Yeah, it's scripted. You're going to give her
Tell
what,
them what you want.
she's going to ask you things that you're not going to know to write down.
Oh,
So give it at least 3 sessions.
3
Because
sessions.
by that third one, it's gonna be like, okay, now we somewhere.
Yeah.
Now we getting somewhere to where it's like I'm not aware of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that first one you go in pessimistic. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That first one is like you go in with the thought process of
I don't need it.
This ain't gonna help me. This ain't worth it. This ain't even worth the hour 30 minutes that I'm sitting here.
That's how I be feeling.
You gonna go in like that. Like it's gonna happen. That second one, you're gonna be like,
She's going to give you a little bit of things to think about.
you may even get some homework.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I hated school now.
I mean,
My first assignment was to write down, give me a list of things that you love about yourself and give me a list of things that you don't like about yourself. That list of things that I love about myself was very short. And then we had to figure it out. And then I moved a lot of things that were on the things that I don't like about myself to the other side. Like, let's say the top one was I hate that I'm a single mom. But I didn't write down that I love I'm a mom. I didn't think of that.
Oh,
So then she was like, so you hate being a single mom, so you don't want to be a mom at all? I was like, no, I love my son, so why is that not on this list? because all I'm thinking about is the negativity. She's like, we got to pull some positivity out of there. That was just my first homework assignment. And it took me, she scheduled my appointment 3 weeks later. I didn't do it until the night before because I didn't want to think about the negativity. I knew it. I was like, yeah, I did this last night. Okay. And then she got mad at me because I typed it. And she said, I told you to write it. Yeah. Because it hits different when you write it. But we'll accept this.
It does hit different when you write it because when you writing it down, when you typing, it's kind of like your brain is programmed to think faster. When you writing it down and you writing it with a pen or a pencil, that eraser become more important because like, do I want to erase the truth or do I want to write it down?
Yeah.
So it forces you to think deeper about who you are. And so my assignment was to write a letter to the kid that I used to be.
I wouldn't write him no letter. He'd be mad.
And you probably wouldn't even read it, huh?
I'd be like,
that was my assignment. I had to write a letter to the kid that I used to be, the one that was the one that I was trying to protect.
Have y'all seen those pictures that are on social media of the adult looking at the child self in them and they're crying? I want to print that and like put it in my house so bad because I feel like I think it's just
commission
beautiful.
it. You want me to? I can draw you crying to yourself. What you want to do?
All right, we'll talk about it.
Done deal.
Okay,
easy. That's light work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Manager.
Next topic. We was talking about mental health.
Because
don't get me wrong,
it's uncharted territory.
It's a good thing to talk about.
Yeah, but it's something that we as a society don't. Well, us
black people.
I was trying to be politically correct, but I don't need to.
Because we were raised. First of all, don't tell nobody our business what's going on in this household. So we couldn't talk to our friends about what we were experiencing in the household. Because as soon as mama found out, you know you was getting a whooping.
You was done for her. And then like even amongst us as men, there's certain stuff that we ain't gonna say to each other. Even though we should be comfortable to say to each other because you my brother and I rock with you and I only want the best for you. We don't want the other one to look at us a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because like, say for instance, and I can keep on going on about this all day long. But say for instance, all three of us are having a conversation and it's something that's been eating you up for months and you just don't know how to get past it.
Right.
Me as your brother supposed to be able to sit down and us come up with a solution to help you move past that. It ain't no judgment there. It's all love. And if you feel like that you can't come talk to me about something, it's a problem. There's something like there's something in that friendship that I'm doing or something that you see how I handle things that ain't right.
All right.
Because there shouldn't be a instance where as we rock with each other so hard that I can't come talk to you. And that's one thing that I do commend women on doing.
Yeah.
They gonna go talk to their friends. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If it's something going on with them and they truly trust and love that woman that they cool with, y'all gonna talk about it.
Yeah, because I'm calling his wife immediately.
My wife gonna call his wife.
Yeah.
They literally yelled at me the other day when I argue with him. She's like, stop calling me to complain about my husband. I said, well, girl, who else am I supposed to call?
Like my wife gonna call his wife.
That's very true.
He done been there. We both done been
there.
That
is very true.
It be like that. That's
all right. Well,
what's the last one?
Should you? Oh, this is going to just so you know, and because we don't have it, you won't believe this. Go ahead if you could shout it quick.
As always, let's shout out my beautiful wife. Love you, baby. Check out Yanni Like Mine, Traces Like Mine, Wasted Desires. Go to wastedesires.com. They have waist beads, anklets, bracelets, thigh chains, all those different things to make your body shine. Yanni Like Mine, ladies, take care of your Yanni. It does not take care of itself.
All right. Tyler Bay, loves your clothes, loves your guy. I'm going to send it on, then I'm going to bring it back. Go ahead.
What am I doing?
Shout out yourself.
Shout out the track team, girl.
And real estate.
Yes, well, I'm a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You guys can just find me. Just type in Sharrisse Love. And also, if you are in the Arlington, Grand Prairie area, we have a track team, the Arlington Elite Wolves. You guys can look us up on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. If you have children that are looking to run, off-season starts in January. So just reach out.
Cool beans.
Shout out my boy Bryant, Slaughter Cuts, Fort Worth, Texas. Go check out We Talk Mavs if you're a Mavs fan. They're the best Mavs talking basketball analysts out there. Also, I know I'm gonna throw it back to you. Piggyback.
Okay, cool beans. So mainly who this is brought to you by is us. Right there. Something, the number 4, DA people. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, type podcast at the end. I'm gonna say it for you one more time. That is something, the number 4, DA people, and then podcast at the end. It's gonna minimize those search results. If you gotta give us a rating, please make it 5-star. We should be 5-star generals. Outside of that, like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna send it back.
Yeah, man, and on them socials, run them numbers up. So you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, fan base. I know you mentioned fan base in the previous episode. We are we're working hard to get that back up and running. It's the same tag all the way across on all the social media platforms. So, show us some love, run them numbers up.
Cool beans. Final topic. All right. Should you tell your partner if you cheated on them?
No.
Hell no.
I disagree.
No.
Because
Nope.
you're only telling them to make you feel better.
My question is, do you plan on staying? Or
That right.
That's
exactly.
where I'm at. Because
That's
if
where I'm
I feel like
If you're
because
planning on staying, no.
I'm so adamant about not being cheated on that my moral compass cannot allow. So it's like, if I felt like I have to cheat on you for some reason, I have to leave. And that's just because I'm not going, because I know what it would do to me. I'm not going to do that to you.
I don't know. I know how it feels to find out. And I feel like our relationship would never be the same. So if you're not, it's my son, mother's son calling. I don't know. I just feel like it changes someone's whole life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to know, but I'm gonna find out, so it don't matter.
That's what I'm like. If I'm gonna have to,
but if I
travel
ask you,
down,
don't lie to me. So because I already know. If I'm asking, I already know. But I don't know.
I ain't gonna ask
I
you.
guess I just don't want you to tell me because I don't want to be sad again.
I guess how I look at it is like, I don't believe in throwing fire in my own home. I'm not about to burn my own house down. Don't get me wrong. I shouldn't have lit this match in the first place. But if this match gotta go anywhere, it's not going in here.
So you gonna walk around with this fire? A match is only so long, fam. Eventually, you gonna get burned.
I'd rather me get burned.
But what I'm saying, if you set on fire,
about it before you do it. Can we start there?
That's what I'm like. I'm like, if I get to the point where I just feel like I gotta do this, I've had the conversations. I've asked for the change. I've done everything in my power to stop this. So if I gotta go that route, this was already broken. I'm just maintaining something. Huh?
What type of cheating are we talking about?
I'm talking about if she bad, if she at the club, and I'm like, I gotta pick a different location. I ain't gonna go to the club. If she bad and she's somewhere that I would actually frequent, and she's at an art show.
The convention center that he's out of town.
She's at the convention center out of town. She bad. She's saying this gotta happen. We gonna do this. And I'm like, yeah. I gotta be like,
because you think you're not gonna get caught, or you
no.
Because you're like,
if it's me, that's because I'm on my way out. I might even be like, I gotta make a call first.
I'm that. Tell your wife.
I have to. Because I know me. I'm like, if I find out about it, it's one thing. That's worse. You need to own it. Extreme accountability. Own this.
Like actually in a relationship and I'm with this man, I don't have to worry about being in situations like that. I would just avoid.
I'd be like, if you bold enough to do what you know will hurt me, show me the murder weapon. Tell me. Don't waste my time. I don't want to do a CSI on my life. No, I'm not finna go through the process of who is you do it and who you.
You don't want to be with me no more.
That's what I'm like. I'm going straight to the source.
The cheaters don't want to leave. That's the thing. They want to be able to have their cake and their icing.
And for those types of dudes, hey, live your life, bro. I'm somebody who understands when I eat a slice of cake, it's no longer there.
Yeah. Because when it happened to me and I found out and I was contemplating like, should I stay? Should I go? Because I wasn't expecting to break this relationship up 24 hours ago. So my whole life is changing. Here you are, literally on your knees begging to stay. It's just like, oh my god,
It's fictitious.
this is too much. And then
I
I'm
just
like,
see it's
I
fake.
feel like you're trying to manipulate the situation a little bit. Like, I don't know.
just see this. I'm like,
but where I am today, you cheat, I'm gone.
I just be like this. Hey, where was if it is groveling? If it's like beg, I'm like, where was all that begging and groveling and all that before you let them clap?
So what? Because I do have
Where
to
was
ask these
that?
questions.
Shoot your shot, fam.
I'm gonna let DJ take it first, and then I'm gonna ask these questions.
No, you ask the question because I got a few.
You can
myself.
ask me.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is: do you believe not accidents, but everybody makes mistakes? It's a yes or no question.
Yes.
Okay. Next one, I'm trying to figure out: do you believe cheating? There's cheating in a relationship, or is only cheating in marriage? Because
Same.
is the exact same?
I think
Is the exact same?
For me,
okay, so let's just go back to my relationship. My relationship was a little bit longer than what your marriage was. So you're saying my love is less than the love that you have for your wife, or vice versa? I'm still hurt just the same. Just because I didn't give him my last name, I'm not hurt?
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go there then. Okay, so the reason why I say the difference between in a relationship versus in marriage is because I put everything, and when I mean everything, when I say I do, when I get my ring, when she gave me her ring, everything is split halfway. If you are in a relationship,
Or you're talking about finances?
no, not just finances, just everything. Our children, our children have the whole thing.
what he's saying, like, this is what I gather from what he's saying. In a relationship, there's no promise, right? It's not guaranteed.
Why is there not a promise?
Because if it is a promise, then you wouldn't made a promise. Like wedding, this is my vow before all of these people and God that I'm gonna do right by you. Yeah. So it's like, but if I'm just in a relationship, I can't guarantee that the people in the relationship had that conversation where, you know what I'm saying. So it ain't nobody else to hold me accountable.
That conversation, so that's why I said, what would be the
well? Then at that point, that's a verbal contract between you and that man, and there's some form of like, hey, I'm not gonna do wrong by you if you're not gonna do wrong by me.
Yeah, that was definitely a conversation. So I don't think it's any different because when it happened, we all had to uplift our life. Our life completely changed. Now I'm looking for a new place to stay. Bills that I wasn't paying I'm now paying. So it's just like, I don't see the difference besides you gonna have to get an attorney to file for this divorce. That'll be literally the only thing that's different.
Because what she's saying is there's
marriage
on papers in state, but there are a lot, like especially in Africa and other places, they have it where, I can make a commitment to you and tell you I made a commitment to you and not go through that whole ceremonial phase, right? Mm. The reason why we put so much weight on the wedding is because, fam, my mama sitting right there. My dad sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, between all these people. I
feel like it was the same because my dad doesn't meet men that I date. My dad and him were close. So we still did the same thing. My dad knew this is the man that I want to be with, Dad. This is the man that I do love. My daddy and them are friends. And then when I had to call Dad and let him know what it was, that my whole life changed. So I just don't feel like it was different.
Understood. Mm-hmm. That's why.
I mean, to each their own, and I'm not going to tell other people how they felt, how they didn't feel, or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. The only reason I bring it up is because, for me, when it comes to marriage, I said to death do us part. Meaning,
you're going to kill her?
No.
I mean, hey, now look. You walk in the house, the booty in the air. The gun on the dresser.
That never happens.
What do you do?
Oh my goodness.
I told you don't let me find out. You better tell me, hey, Bryant, you don't need to come home because this ain't your home. It's another man in here doing what he got you. That's safe for you. Okay. That's safe for me.
So
I'm gonna get on my way.
I'm just not gonna pull up.
Yeah, because I know what when I get them.
Because if I pull up, I'm going to jail.
I'm going to jail.
And
I like my
freedom.
I value my freedom. I value the lifestyle I'm able to provide to my kids. So it's better for you to tell me.
Yeah.
Because then we have foster kids and I'm locked up because I ain't going to shoot myself. I know I'm right.
Yeah. Oh, no, I ain't no.
I know I'm right.
And then, it's a sticky situation, though. Because I'm kind of like, the way I look at it is if I'm married and you cheated, I'm out. I'm out 100% because I've given you everything that I got inside of this marriage. Every single thing that I pretty much I don't care about saying this. I pretty much worship the ground my wife walks on.
Respect.
I give her everything that she asks for, and I try to provide her all the emotional support. I'm a listening ear. I try to give her everything that she requires to live a successful life. So if you step outside of that, that means that you felt that I wasn't doing something that you needed and you didn't feel comfortable talking to me about it. So that means now you no longer value what I bring to you. So now I got to go.
Once you show me that my 100% to you means you still need to cheat on this test,
it's time to go.
I'm out. You failed this. But what I'm saying is, it's a difference between the teacher coming back after the fact, after they had to figure out if you cheated, versus they catch you in the moment. If I come up and you told me, hey, teach, I'm about to cheat on this test, well, don't even take the test. I'm going to just go ahead, get out your way so you ain't got to call it cheating or none of that. But if I got to snatch that paper away from you, I'm going to snatch that paper. I'm going to embarrass you.
And I'm going to put you out of class.
And it's going to be a bad moment
for you.
I don't want it to get bad. Just tell me I don't want to take this test. I don't know. Got you. Done deal.
Oh my goodness.
What I'm saying is I respect that because I already know.
I completely get it.
I already know there is no redemption. And the people be like, you got to forgive. I do. And I did. But what I'm saying is.
It took a long time for me to forgive.
What I'm saying is. People always want to throw forgive in there with like, in order to show you, I gotta show you I forgave you.
Like it's so easy to do.
Yeah, I gotta do. Years. I gotta forgive you, then put myself in the very same position with you to be stepped on and trampled on again. No, they both start with F, but forgiving ain't forgetting. I remember, and because I remember, I'm gonna forgive you. And that's for me. When I say forgive, I forgive you for me. I could care less how you feel. I forgave you for me. And because I forgave you, I'm going to leave you with what you left me with. Nothing.
Just because I forgive you don't mean I got to fool.
I ain't got to deal with you. And that that's a real forgiveness.
Because like you said, the forgiveness is internal. It's
that's
for
me.
You. Because I held on to that for years. And every time I saw him, and it wasn't like I planned to see him. Like, I remember going to the Applebee's up the street. He was, what's that crab place right next to it? No, that's Chili's up the street. And there's that crab. When I pulled, because they're buildings next to each other. So when I pulled around, I seen him. That anxiety thing I told you, I had an anxiety attack in the car. I drove home. I didn't even meet the person I was supposed to meet at Chili's. I was gone. And I was like, he's running me away from stuff and he doesn't even know it. He didn't see me.
Yeah.
He didn't see me, but it had so much effect on him doing what he did affected my life so much where I was like, oh, I gotta forgive him. I had to forgive him. So now if I saw him out and he was in Chili's, he wouldn't run me out. I wouldn't run. But I'm telling you, if I saw him somewhere, I'm gone. Yeah. My friends would call me, such and such is at the bar. I'm turning the car around. I'm not coming.
I ain't coming.
But see, and that's why I'm not. I know I'm not gonna live different than I live because I respect how I live. If I'm supposed to be over there, like in my situation, shit that had taken place, and you got caught and you made it out with your life, you told me about it. Christmas, if I go to your uncle's house for Christmas, I'm at your uncle's house for Christmas.
Why are you at uncle's house?
Because I don't care. So like I'm not him. I'm not the dude who gonna be like, well, she needs us. No.
Children's together.
You gonna have to see me and know what you did, and you gonna have to learn There's a person you cross, and there's a person you don't cross. I'm not him. I ain't never been. So, at your mama funeral, I'm throwing flowers. Play with me you want to.
I cannot.
I'll bring my new wife to your mama funeral, fam. I'm not him.
So you're gonna be petty forever?
I'm not petty. I'm living my life. No, cause see, people who you want to go hurt somebody then say I'm petty for doing what I was gonna do regardless.
Still showing
Just because I'm not rocking with you don't mean I don't love your mama. Just because I'm not rocking with you, my kids can't open presents under the uncle tree. No, we not gonna limit our lives because you made a dumb decision. That's you.
Hey.
I'm gonna live this thing the way I want to live it, and the way I want to live it is with my kids happy. I'm happy. I'm so. You'll be there for family.
You're different.
You
I
will
couldn't
be
do
there
it.
for family photos.
I couldn't do it.
I'll be sitting up there with hugged up on my wife, my daughter, and my son sitting right there, and you'll be hugging them. Play with me, you want to. You ain't.
Lord.
You won't limit my life with your
He
dumb
is
decision.
so serious.
I'm 100%.
Yeah, because
So hold up. But my question is, would you let her new man come?
Yeah, I don't care.
The man she cheated on you with.
Bring him. And when I fight him, he can take that picture
exactly what
with them black eyes.
exactly what I was waiting for.
Now understand. I am a man who I'm not gonna limit my life, but I told you, you need to tell me and not let me catch you because your life and his life on the line. You saved
So
your
she
life.
can only bring a new man.
No,
for that.
you saved his life and your life by telling me, and you can keep him because apparently you think he better than me.
Yeah.
But there is an issue of respect.
Oh my goodness.
You got to pay that tax, fam. That tax is real.
Okay.
You can't avoid the IRS.
whether it be 2 years, 10 years,
You gonna
years,
coming.
you got to pay.
You got to pay that tax, and that ain't even a hate thing. That's just respect. Like, hey, bro, you knew I was a man with a wife and the kids, and I'm
She
doing
didn't
it
tell us
right.
He was married.
You got to pay that tax, fam.
If you come up in that spot where they live at, you see toys, you see
the toys, you see the family photos, you see the pictures.
At that moment, as a man, you got one or two choices. You can either turn around and walk back out, or you can go ahead and go along with the deed and
Pay that
deal with
tax.
the consequence.
When you walked up and you saw her car was more than 10 years old and ain't no check engine light on there, get out. You knew.
What, we don't keep up with our cars?
I'm not saying you don't.
No.
I'm saying I do.
I'm saying it. Don't tell lies. No, there is no woman. Well,
You ain't
the
see it?
average woman is not keeping up with her car.
You ain't see it?
I ain't never seen that. And hey, put a comment at the bottom if you actually keep up with your car.
Live your life.
On live.
But I'm telling you, what I'm saying is be bold. You bring him, all right, you safe.
Okay.
You can sit there, go ahead, hang with the kids.
But when I asked him to step outside,
Nah, I ain't asking to step outside. That's a courtesy he didn't give me.
so you just gonna tear him up?
I'm gonna whoop you right here in front of my kids, stomp you out, invite my friends to stomp you out, and then go take this photo.
We're gonna do an Indian chief dance.
And he gonna feel like I can't be around your old man because his energy always negative. My energy is positive, brother.
Oh my goodness.
I showed you love because you still alive. I'm gonna beat you, and you still alive. So we still.
So
good.
basically, to get back to the topic, we should tell.
You should tell me.
Yeah, I agree. But I just
You should.
hate.
I would say
hate the pain that
if
comes
we
with
have
it.
to get if you have to avoid the situation, tell like she said, we want to talk about it up front.
Yeah,
you
please
get
tell
that.
me before.
But if you do it, it would be in your best interest to tell me.
Tell me.
I look at it and I'm just gonna say it like this. For me, don't get me wrong, I don't believe you should be hiding and all that kind of stuff. But you should know the person you dealing with. If you're not ready for them consequences, tell if you want to. For example, you've already said for a fact it's over.
It's done.
So if you're not ready for it to be over, I would suggest you don't do it. But then if you do it, the worst thing you could do is tell them because it's over.
I'm like, you tell me
The
before
reason
you.
why I can't really rock with that because you're not giving the person the opportunity to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like the person that you doing it to.
Yeah.
If you cheat on, like say, if you cheat on that person, you keeping that to yourself is not giving them the option to change their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I just want you to tell me first before you do it, because because it was multiple times, I always found out through other people. But my intuition always told me that was going on. I just could never catch it.
Well,
it's embarrassing when everybody else knows and you don't.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, understand that there's other ways for that lifestyle to play out. Okay, because now you done told me that, hey, I'm finna go lay down with this dude. Right? Granted, like in my case, that's void of contract. I'm out.
Yeah.
But for other people, that might be, why don't we just open this thing up? Why we keep on acting like we the only people we want? That's a lifestyle you can choose. There's a way to keep your spouse and do your deal.
That's a conversation that you should have before you do what you do.
But you see, it takes mature people to have that conversation.
Because if you come to me with that conversation, we're done.
But yeah, for you, that's done. And he got to respect that whoever he is. Like, hey, it's over. But there are some people going to be like, here's what it is. There's somebody I was looking at too. Maybe it's in y'all mind, it's just a physical thing and I just want to sleep with other people. And that maybe y'all become swingers. Maybe there's an evolution to keep y'all together.
It may. You never know.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to be adult enough to go talk about it. But I feel like
that's a conversation you have before marriage.
But you got to understand, people grow in marriage. There's things that I do now that I didn't do then. Yeah. And I'm like, but I'm staying on my concretes. I'm just like, this is what I came in and I feel this way about that. And maybe I need to see the counselor about that.
Yeah.
To figure out why I feel like I feel.
Yeah, call the counselor. They'll definitely get you help on that.
But I don't know if I need help because I ain't going to switch up. The counselor ain't switching that. I'm telling you right now. We just gonna be two people sitting up there with a difference of opinions. If that's the case, baby, look, he gonna pay that tax. If she don't want to pay that tax, she better know. She better tell me this is the bill. All right, got you. We gonna cut that contract, and you understand that you don't need to come home. Okay, you know that, right?
Oh my goodness. Because
this ain't your home. If I pay,
I'll never get that phone call because I'm still coming home. I'm actually hitting the gas harder.
No, I'm saying
I got that phone call, babe. Don't come home. You only trying another woman. I'm on.
Oh no, see, that's disrespectful.
I'm on the way.
You still need to be adult about it. From where I say, be like, hey, it's not working out. I've been thinking about it too long. I gotta step out. I'm gonna be with this guy. Done deal. Respect. You giving me my life. And when you make a call like that, I feel like you already know all the things that come next. Mm-hmm. I'm like, do I really need to get with the lawyer to tell you to split this thing up 50-50, or you just going to give me what you know is mine? Because I don't want to, if you came to me 100% like an adult, I don't want to rob you.
Right.
I respect you. You wanted to stop me from that hurt. Got you. I don't want nothing from you. Don't get me wrong. Your spouse gonna pay that tax. I'm owed that. We should have wrote that down. But if you don't know, that's what's gonna run up. Unless you just in the talking phase, he ain't did nothing, and you telling me I'm moving on. Okay, live your life. But if that ain't the case, he gotta pay that tax.
And on that note, y'all, this has been another episode of Something for the People.
You gonna pay what you owe.
You gonna pay what you owe. You gonna pay.
You real passionate about this?
I'm just an honest man. Look.